couple of years, and Roush went on to have a great career. Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, you saw Honus Wagner. You played with Honus Wagner.
Yeah, well, I happened to be in a few games with him, yeah. Not many. But they had some good ball players, a lot of good ball players. All two-handed players, though, no one-handed stuff.
Wagner was a big man, wasn't he?
Well, he was, I don't know how tall he was, 6 feet, I guess. Yeah. And heavy set, bow-legged, but he could surely get around in fields, had good hands, just like a steam shovel. He'd scoop up that ball and give you the ball and a handful of dirt at the same time.
How much ground could he cover? Did he, did he cover as much ground as shortstops do today? Or?
Well, you can't compare those fellas, how much ground they could cover, with what they cover today. For the simple reason, it's a different ball, and it's a different infield. They say the infields are faster now. Now, if they played the infield in those days like they did today, where the shortstop's out in the left field and the second baseman's out in right field, you wouldn't see these fellas up there trying to hit the ball through they'd be dragging and butting the ball and pulling them in. They couldn't play that deep. Wagner, as far as any of them playing shortstop, covered as much ground as any of them because the ball was deader and didn't go as fast through the infield.
And he was a great hitter.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, he was a great hitter. Of course, in those days, I don't know anything about the strike zone. All you hear about today is the strike zone. You ask kids, why didn't you swing at that ball? And he says, it wasn't in the strike zone. I says, what are you, a high ball hitter or a low ball hitter? He didn't know what I was talking about. I says, the ball, if you hit a ball, and they throw a ball, if a pitcher makes a mistake and you take it for a ball, you could maybe hit that ball out of the ballpark if that's in your strength. You don't know what your strength is. Just like a fellow that I was talking to that went down to manage in a small minor league, and a kid went up there and took 3 strikes. Came back to the bench, and he says to him, why didn't you swing at one of those balls? He says, they weren't in the strike zone. Watch them today. There's many a hitter that goes up there and gets but one swing at the ball. Years ago, the ball was that. If you could reach it, you'd belt it.
Yeah. So Yogi Berra says, a good pitch is anyone I can hit.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
No matter where it is. Yeah. Burley Grimes was in Pittsburgh when you were there.
Burley Grimes, yes. Burley Grimes was a good pitcher. In those days, of course, they used to knock you down. Burley Grimes one day got the sign from the manager to walk Frisch, Frankie Frisch. You know the way he walked him? He threw 4 spitballs right over the top of his head and knocked him down.
Didn't hit him with a 4th one, did he?
No, he got base on balls. You didn't go up there now the way these guys up there stand today. You throw near them today and they get insulted.
Yeah, the game has changed a whole lot over the years.
Well, it's changed a whole lot, but it's enjoyed maybe more by the fans today.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't like the baseball they played years ago. They don't want a 1-0 ball game.
Oh, I do.
They don't want to see some good plays.
I do.
All they want to see these guys that are hitting 180 or something come up and hit a home run. That's all you hear today. How many home runs you hit?
You know, that must be true of this country. I mean, they keep changing basketball to make more scoring. They keep changing football to give the offense the break over the defense. And yet, in any sport, as far as I'm concerned, the fewer points, the fewer runs are scored, the better game it is.
Yes, that's right.
Because each run then, or each point becomes that much more important. You know, like basketball. I love to see a slowdown in basketball.
Yeah.
Because then everything becomes important. You know, a mistake becomes important. Whereas when they're running back and forth, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say. They're drawing great today in all the different sports, and the fans are liking what they see.
Yes.
They've never seen anything different. So you can't compare them. If you're going to compare players, take the periods that they all played in that period.
Yeah.
The same thing as automobiles. You can't compare the automobile today with the Ford. And the speed and the comfort and everything.
No. But yet there are a lot of things about the Ford that were Model T Ford, Model A Ford, Model T Ford that were good that are lacking in cars today.
Yeah.
Fixing them. You know.
Well, that's right.
You mentioned Frankie Frisch. You played with him too.
Yes.
Now he was a college boy. That was a big thing in those days.
Came from Fordham, yeah. And he came there, I think, in 1919.
They give those guys a hard time from college. Was that something that the bench jockeys got on him about, being in college?
No. Nobody ever. They took him in. He was all right. He played a good second base. Could play third base. He played third base in that play that in 1922, I think it was. We wound up the 1922 World Series against the Yankees.
What was
With
the play?
Aaron Ward was on first base. There was one out, and Baker went into pinch hit. Johnny Rawlings was playing second, Frisch was playing third. And the ball was hit between Johnny Rawlings and myself. I saw I couldn't get it, and I run back to first base. And Rawlings made a great stop of the ball and threw when he was down on his knees to me, retiring Baker. Ward thought the ball had gone through, and I threw to third base to Frisch. And it was one of those throws that had to be right down on the button. As he slid in, the ball got there maybe a second ahead of time, and Frisch was knocked out over into the coaching box. The umpire went running over. He didn't make a decision till he went over to see if Frisch had a hold of the ball, which he did, and the game was over, and we won that World Series.
Is that right?
Yes.
I never heard about that play before. I guess I.
Well, I'll have to let you read it in the book there.
That's great. Hal Chase was there in 1919 too. Hal Chase.
Yes, well, he didn't. He was only there 1 year or so, I think. Yeah. Well, he was there, and I don't know if he was a first baseman in 19 or not, but he wasn't there when I think they took Mike Gonzalez, the catcher, and put him on first. They traded Chase, I think, over to Cincinnati.
Oh. So you never played with Chase?
No.
Bill McKechnie. Did you play with Bill?
Well, I don't know too much about Bill. We didn't play too much,
I just get, I look at the rosters and see if you were on the club. And
Yeah.
I don't know whether you were there at the same time or not. They were there. Dave Bancroft.
Well, Bancroft, he was a good shot. He came over from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a
Yeah.
great career.
Used to call him Beauty.
Beauty, man.
Yeah.
He was a good fielding shortstop.
He was a good fielding shortstop, yeah.
How about Bummer Grimes? Bummer Grimes.
Bubba Janard?
No, Bummer Grimes.
Grimes?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Okay, fine.
No.
Casey Stengel was there in 1920 or 21.
Oh, yeah. Casey was a center fielder. Yeah. Well, in those days, I took the throws mostly from the outfielders. Every ball hit the outfield. I used to have to go out and take the relays.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was blessed with a good strong arm. So that's one thing McGraw used to tell those outfielders. If you're throwing them low to him, he says, try to throw it over his head. Don't throw it low to him. Comes out to get those relays.
Well, now, if you went to the outfield, maybe to left field too, or just right field?
Well, most center, left center, not down the line or anything like that. But
Well, now, who made the cutoff then? Who made the cutoff in that case?
Well, the cutoff to home plate.
Yeah.
Well, the pitcher used to, if he could handle the ball, it all depends. There was no set rule with this guy went there. Today, you see the first baseman. I had to get back to first base and take the throws, not on the bunt. If the bunt went to the third baseman, you see the first baseman, he stands there and lets the second baseman come back and take the throw. I did that once. McGraw says, you're going to play first base. You're going to get back there and what do you think I got you over there at first base for? You got a good pair of hands. Don't stand out there and umpire.
Boy, I've never seen the first baseman act as a relay man from the outside.
No, well, there never was any. I think I'm about the only one. And not only that, about those plays, the different plays that they make around first base. I used to get around all the different plays. I didn't just, a man rounds first base and he's gone. I'd go around and follow the ball. What can you do after he passes first base?
That's right. You might do something at second. Yeah.
It's a little more work, but if you enjoy your work, you can do it.
Absolutely. Was Stengel a character when he was a ball player? I mean, did he keep the club laughing, or?
Well, not too much. Of course, he did things like, say, that bird came out of his cap when he was over in Brooklyn and all that and everything. One day he went up there at the plate with the umpire, was arguing. In those days, you never showed umpire up. You never get out of the box. You used to argue with the umpire, stand in the box and argue with him. He'd swear at you, and if you wanted to swear back at him, you did. But the fans didn't know what was going on. You didn't get, today they make it awful tough on umpires by getting the fans on them. And that man's out there doing the best he can, and most of them do a darn good job. And you see this kid play, kicking dirt on him and spitting at him and all this kind of stuff. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Of course, the fans love it. The fans, I don't know, it's the same thing as fighting and everything else. In wrestling, you hear them holler, break his leg, and this, they want to see, I don't know, it's terrible. That's all you see on television. There's violence. I don't know what's coming to.
And we've had some fans come out in the stands and go after umpires.
Yes, it's all brought on by those guys arguing.
Yeah, and it goes all the way down through, to Sandlot ball and everything else. You see big leaguers doing it, and so the umpire down here, Sandlot gets the same kind of stuff.
Well, Sandlot is terrible. I talked to some of those fellas that give their time and everything for nothing, free to go out and work with the kids. He says, we have more trouble with the parents than we do with the players. They come running down and give us the devil. Why don't you play my Johnny? He's better than that Billy you got out there.
Yeah. Oh, my.
How you doing? You about through?
Oh, no.
Well, you got me down.
Oh. Well, you want to stop? We can stop.
These are each of your seasons?
Huh?
These are your seasons too?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's wonderful.
Just looking to see what year that was. I wrote him. Ghostwriter, I forget the fellow's name that wrote him. Well, you got me down.
Oh. Well, you want to stop? We can stop.
These are each of your seasons?
Huh?
These are your seasons too?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's wonderful.
Just looking to see what year that was. forget the fellow's name that wrote them.
Who was the toughest pitcher on you?
They were all tough. Couldn't hit much of any of them.
Hit your share. What do you hit? Did you hit 3 home runs in successive innings one time? Or?
Well, that's what they say. I don't know. I did or not.
I can't. That's hard to believe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out myself. I don't know what the hell the score could have been.
Must have been big.
I thought it was 22, but 23. Of course, the Yankee Stadium didn't open up until 2023. And
24?
no, that's Washington. What game is that?
That's the second game.
We got the last game of it or not.
It's 5 games. Kelly the hero. Is that a 5-game series?
No.
Is it 1922?
Huh?
Is that 1922 you've got there? That was probably it. Must have been 5 games. Was there a tie game in there? Or? Here's a detailed story.
There was one game called the Count of Darkness.
Yeah, there were 5 games.
That was a tie game, but there it is. That's some other people.
The Miracle plays of baseball. Homer and Baker up. There it is.
That's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Single array, but rolling sort of the ball.
See the right.
Mm-hmm. No,
here's the whole thing down. Real title clinch by Kelly's marvelous
Yeah.
throw.
That was a play.
You have a day you think of as the greatest day you ever had in baseball? Is there one that stands out?
No. I never went in for statistics.
Uh-huh.
Never bothered me. I led the league in strikeouts. I was talking, I said, well, I'm up there trying to get a base hit. I'm not up there trying to strike out, I'm trying to get a base hit. If I was up there trying not to strike out, what do I do? Choke up and bounce the ball back to the pitcher so I don't strike out?
Yeah. Might as well get your good swings at it if you're trying to hit it, I guess.
You got a chance.
Yeah.
You want some more of that?
Some more what?
On that tape there.
Oh yeah, I'd like it if you can do it. I don't want to abuse you now. You know what you can do and what you can't do.
Well, let's take a little more of it then.
Okay, all right.
What you gonna do there?
There's one for you. Irish Musial was the next guy I was going to ask you about.
Yeah.
Do you play with him?
Irish, yeah. Irish was a left fielder. Came over from Philadelphia, I think. Is that on?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, he came over from Philadelphia. Irish was a good hitter.
How was he as an outfielder?
Pretty good outfielder. Didn't have too strong an arm,
He didn't.
but he was a good ball player.
Now his brother Bob was also a good.
Bob was a strong arm.
Yeah.
Bob was a little faster too, I think, on the bases and everything. Faster runner.
Yeah.
But they were two good ball players.
Heine Groh.
Heine was noted for his bottle bat,
Yeah.
a small bottle bat, and the way he stood facing the pitcher.
Right.
That's another thing that today, in my estimation, I may be all wrong, but when you get 5 kids and you got 5 pitchers, you better go out and look at them and see which is their best delivery. Don't try to make them all throw the same way, overhanded, which they do today.
Yeah.
Maybe the kid hasn't got the natural ability. You have to develop in a young player is natural ability. And the only way you can do that is take them out and hit balls to them and put them on the mound and throw and watch them. But I've had trying to help. I used to kid Bill Terry about playing first base because first base is a natural place for a left-hander. All the plays are in front of them.
Right.
When you're a right-hander, you have to keep shifting so you can make the throws around there. And I used to kid him. I said, I have to be better than you are, Bill, because I'm out of position over there. We used to laugh. We were good friends.
Heine Groh was a good hitter. And did anybody else stand like that facing the pitcher?
No, you wouldn't teach that, just like I'm getting back to. Supposing Heine Groh was coming into baseball today, he wouldn't play.
No.
They wouldn't put up with him.
Right.
They said, you can't hit that way.
But
That's where they make a mistake. They don't know what the kid can do. Let them go out. The thing to do, you're out there to try to get results. I don't care how he does it, how he catches it, how he throws it, if he can get results. It's the same way with pitching. How about Carl Mays, underhanded?
Yeah.
Another guy stepping towards third base and pitch, sidearm.
Yeah.
You'll hear those are the toughest pitchers for right-hand hitters.
Absolutely.
But now it's all overhanded. Pitch low, pitch low.
Ed Rouse told me something that I find hard to believe. He said that he used to move after the pitcher started his delivery, in the box. In other words, he'd move around the box after the pitcher started to deliver the ball.
Yeah.
Well, I have enough trouble hitting, just standing still and waiting for it to come. But
Well, you can move around. Yes, that's all right. Move in. That's the same way with the catchers. The signs of the catchers. These guys today, you never see one of them. You can stand up at the plate, You don't have to look back to see what the catcher's calling for. Look down at the ground. You can see the catcher back there.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's going to go to the outside. It's going to be a fastball, so you can move in just as the guy's pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to be born with that.
I guess.
That's natural ability.
Mm-hmm.
You can't teach that.
No.
You can't teach that. It's the same thing in, you said you're a college professor?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing in your teaching.
Absolutely.
Not taking anything away from the school and the teaching today. There's certain kids can be A's, and the rest of them are not going to make all A's.
No. And you can't teach all people to write, just like you can't teach them to hit.
That's right.
You know, some can.
Natural ability. You
That's
can
right.
show them,
Mm-hmm.
like I used to tell kids myself, trying to help them.
Mm-hmm.
I says, try it. If you can't do it, go back to your old way of doing it.
Right. That's about all you can ask, I think, of. But you're right. That's something that bothers me about baseball. Today, it's the stopwatch and the radar gun. They go out and scout these kids. If they can't run to first base in 3 minutes and 9 seconds or 3.9 seconds or whatever, forget it, you know. And there have been a lot of great hitters in baseball who couldn't get down to first base too fast, you know.
That's right. That's right.
And they fall by the wayside now, and that bothers me. A good friend of mine has a son who went out for college baseball at Springfield College, and they had 350 kids come out. And the coach cut from 350 to 60 without ever seeing them hit. He watched them run, he timed them running, he watched them throw, and he cut 290 kids who never got a chance to swing the bat. Well, this kid happened to make it because he throws well and runs pretty well.
No, well,
But that's silly, I think.
well, they're getting too technical in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And they put these guns on the pitchers to see how fast they throw. There's more to the game than throwing fast. That's for sure. You think of a good pitcher who didn't throw very hard? That
You have to have control is the main thing. You set up a hitter. The trouble is today, 90% of the balls that are hit today are fastballs. They still can't hit a good curve.
They wait for the fastball. Yeah.
So you take those pitchers like Rosie Ryan. He used to throw 90% curveballs. And I forget what club we were playing, but the coach came, the fellow told me that was on the other team, was at bat. The coach, third base, come running in and says to me, he says, I can tell you when Rosie's going to throw a curve. The guy laughed at him. Throw a curve? He says, hell, tell me when he's going to throw a fast one.
Yeah. Travis Jackson was just put in the Hall of Fame.
Old Stonewall, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good shortstop. A very good bunter. Never tipped it off. He used to bunt balls and beat them out third base. He had the knack of doing it. That's another thing you can't teach him. But you can teach the pitchers how to bunt to move a man up.
Yeah.
Make them learn how to do it.
Yeah. That's something else that's lost
Every
today.
90% of the balls they bunt is in foul territory because the bat's way back where it shouldn't be. Should be out in front in fair territory, and the ball would hit fair and it'd stay there.
Right. Jackson was a great fielder, though, too.
Very good. Good arm, strong arm.
Do you remember Ike Boone?
No, I don't. I was over in the National League when I was over there. He was another fellow. He'd be a 500 hitter today, if the designated hitter. He wasn't much of an outfielder.
Okay. Hack Wilson. Hack Wilson?
Well, Hack was another one. Hack was a good hitter, fair fielder. He didn't hurt you any making the wrong throws and all that. He was a pretty good outfielder.
He was a little man, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, short, stocky.
Must have had the smallest feet of any ball player who ever played the game, I think, didn't he?
Well, I don't know that.
See, the spikes are about that long. Fred Lindstrom.
Third base.
Yeah.
He came in and he played in the 1924 World Series.
Mm-hmm.
He had a great year.
Yeah. Did he have? He. I've heard that he was the one guy who could get anything from McGraw that he wanted. Is that true?
Well, I never know. I didn't know anything about it. Never.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
Freddie Fitzsimmons was there too.
Yeah, he was a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Good worker.
They used to call him Fat Freddy. Was he fat?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't call him fat compared to some of these guys I see today.